eyes will be on Helsinki, Finland this Monday when President Trump sits down with Vladimir Putin for an historic summit. Prior to leaving for Europe, the president predicted that meeting Putin, quote, may be the easiest of all the sit-downs he has scheduled on his trip. But he may have complicated things this morning when he declared that Germany is captive to Russia because of their dependence on Russian dirty gas. So who will have the upper hand and the face-off in Finland? Former White House press secretary and president of Fleischer Communications, Ari Fleischer, is here. Welcome back, Ari.
Hola.
So, hola. So let's discuss a little bit. What does the president have to accomplish with this Putin meeting?
Well, he has to do two things. Number one, he has to build relations with Russia as good as they possibly can be in this competitive world with Russia. And two, he has to do so in a way that doesn't antagonize our alliances. And that's a tightrope to walk. I think he's going to lean on the Russian side of that tightrope.
Why is that?
Because he wants to. President Trump has had this fascinating fascination with strongmen. You heard it in the campaign when he talked about Saddam Hussein knew how to take care of terrorists. I mean, there's always been something about Donald Trump that's a throwback to the 50s, when America's grandest alliances were with thugs around the world to fight communism and preserve peace. There's something about Donald Trump that likes that. It makes me weary. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't develop relations with Russia. They're a superpower. The better relations are with Russia within bounds, the better. But I'm hesitant about developing relations with Russia because Russia's a bad actor around.
I agree Russia's a bad actor. I don't trust Russia. I just don't. I don't take them at their word when they say they didn't screw around with the election.
Absolutely.
But I also, I don't subscribe to this isolationism either. And I think if there's something mutually beneficial, whether it's fighting terror or some economic benefit, you have to find it. And if you don't find it, then compete with them. You know, we should be sending natural gas to Germany.
Absolutely. And this is where President Trump's remarks this morning about Germany being captive is the wrong word. But by saying you're dependent on Russia when you shouldn't be, Trump's 100% right. I remember George Bush making that case in 2002 to Gerhard Schroeder, the Chancellor of Germany at the time, when they turned off all their nuclear energy. And Bush bluntly said to Schroeder, you might as well turn your energy needs over to Russia. You might as well just depend on them. Now, Trump, in his strong ways, says captive to Germany. He's right on the point. He overstated the word and therefore got everybody in a huff and a puff. Is
there a way of getting this European alliance back to baseline?
Well, I salute Donald Trump for calling the NATO alliance to spend 2% on GDP.
Yeah.
Look, in
there's no reason we should be spending all the money on NATO defense.
And there's every reason that they should.
Yes.
And they won't.
The proximity
and
being a very good reason.
And it's a military alliance. Militaries need to be prepared to fight. They just don't want to do that. They just want to have an alliance.
Yeah, they want cradle-to-grave socialism, which is very expensive.
That's it. They don't want guns and butter, but they want Americans to provide the guns while they provide the butter. Trump is the one guy who comes along and says, enough is enough. We don't do that anymore.
Yep, enough of your butter. I got a better batter. Ari Fleischer, thanks so much for being here. Always good to see you. Fleischer Communications. Who knew?